Hi, welcome back to Gift of Liberation, and this is Geshe Michael, and I'm excited about our course. It's going to be a very deep course, and we're going to continue talking about this. Everybody talks about bodhicitta, and we hear this word, oh, bodhicitta, and I think, a few people still think it means enlightenment mind, and then they think it means the mind of a Buddha, because bodhi means Buddha and chitta means mind. And of course it doesn't mean that. What it means is the wish to reach enlightenment. And, if we study it for 2 or 3 courses, Lamrim courses, 2 or 3 retreats, then I think we also start to forget what is bodhicitta. You can say it's the wish for enlightenment. That's okay. But I very much prefer if you have the real feeling of it, and the feeling is completely different. It's not to sit and, like when you're a kid and you're wishing for a bicycle for Christmas, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's a different kind of thing. So I thought maybe at the very beginning here, we can do a small meditation, just a few minutes, and you can do a longer one in your extra classes. But let's just do a short meditation on what does bodhicitta feel like. And that way we can do the whole course and we can remember where we're trying to go. I will describe the experience of bodhicitta directly, and then you just follow along and imagine it. And I don't know, when I was in sports, when I played tennis in high school, they would tell us to imagine yourself making these great plays and doing these great things. And my yoga teacher told me, if you can't do a pose, then just go halfway into a headstand and then imagine yourself in the headstand. And then that's a cause for being able to do it. So we're going to do the same thing with bodhicitta. So please get ready. And we're going to do just a little tiny meditation. You do your serious meditations in your extra classes. Okay? Eyes are soft, little bit of a smile. Hands are soft, fingers are soft. I like to touch my thumbs. I like to put my palms on each other. Sit up very straight, shoulders back. The strange thing about pulling in your tummy is if you exhale 2 times, your stomach will come in automatically. And that's just good for your posture, and it's good for your health. So let's do long exhales. When you run out of breath, push a little bit more breath out, and your lower stomach will tighten, and that will support your back. Okay, here we go. 10 long exhales. Then we'll imagine that we're having the direct experience of bodhicitta. And imagine your mom comes up in your mind, and it's not a picture, it's not a painting, it's not a photograph. It's your real mom is in front of your mind. And it's nice to picture her in her health, when you knew her or you saw photos of her when she was young and healthy, happy. And you're just sitting together. And you're like talking to her, and look, Mom, I know your life has not been easy, and life is not always easy. I know you have worries. Wherever you are now, I know you have worries. I know you have trouble in your life. And we have that big fear of death. But I want you to know that I'm going to take care of you. And it's not an empty promise. I have the power. I am learning the power to take care of you. And you really don't have to worry. So, kids are supposed to take care of their parents when they get older. And I've got plans for taking care of you. I will be a Buddha, a real Buddha, who can go to all places, all times, all worlds, and knows all things and can help you. Real help for you. I'm on a fast track for that. So you don't have to worry. I know it's my job to take care of you the way you took care of me. And you don't have to worry. I'm on a path and it works. I can see where it's going. And I can see that I will take care of you. Ultimately. And try to picture that day when you have that power to move from world to world, planet to planet, galaxy to galaxy, in countless bodies. It feels like dancing across worlds and taking care of everyone in each world. Imagine that power. Your mind has that power. Because your mind is empty, you have that power. You just have to wake it up. Creating a mandala, perfect world, perfect universe, where no one suffers, no one gets old, no one dies. You have that power. You are learning how to do it. You are a Buddha in training. But don't ever forget where you are going and why we are doing these courses. Make that promise to your mom. Okay, then you can open your eyes. Take a stretch. Yay, Mom. Okay. So this course in the Long Rim, and we've been going for almost 10 years now, over 10 years. And we're working our way for me it's a great pleasure to come back to the Long Rim every few months in the last 10 years. And for me it's like swimming in a sauna, or I don't know what you call those, heated swimming pool or the ocean at San Pancho, San Miguel on a very nice day. And it just feels so pleasant to come back to the beach called Lam Rim and jump in the water again and get a kind of, get my motivation back and get my courage back again. And then my life doesn't seem so difficult. And I can dream again about becoming a Buddha. And this book is it's got to be the greatest book ever written for the entire Buddhist path. And you know, if you can read Tibetan, it's every single word is extremely beautiful, and it makes you think that Trijang Rinpoche was a special, very special being, my teacher's teacher. So you're of a good lineage, and we're going to continue. I'm going to review what we did in the last Lam Rim, which was, what's the cool stuff that's going to happen to you if you can get bodhicitta, you know, if you can really reach this motivation and this vision, okay? Never forget the vision. I don't even like to call it motivation. Get that vision in your mind of traveling from planet to planet and jumping between planets, you know. It's a lot of fun. And you can do it. And don't think this is the only planet. Come on. Go out and look at the stars some night, you know. So keep that in mind. We're going to review the last Lam Rim we had. The subject of the last Lam Rim was really focusing on 10, it's called Penyin Chut, which is the 10 benefits of bodhicitta, the wish for enlightenment. And if you can reach it, if you can have that direct experience, then what's it going to feel like and how you're going to feel, okay? So we're going to go through those 10 benefits. I'm going to show some idioms, some pictures that give you an idea of the benefit. And the first one we can show now. So when we talk about the first benefit of reaching this kind of vision of, you know, jumping between planets, dancing between planets, there are 10 benefits. And this is a picture of the first benefit. I like to call it visiting the middle of the sun. And this is called Tekcheki Jugo Semke Konak Damba. It means you will enter the greater way. And it's like going to the middle of the sun. Why do I say middle of the sun? Because it's a very intense good karma, a very, very high good karma. The good karma of imagining yourself dancing between planets and helping people is incredible. Just the good karma of imagining it is, you can even feel it, right? So, and when I first taught this, you know, last summer, we were talking about the virus and how could we help to stop the virus. And we were talking about if we could send the virus to the middle of the sun, then that would be great. You know, then it'd be great if we could send the virus to be destroyed in the middle of the sun. And also, in between that time, we had the Medicine Buddha retreat, and all of us were doing a lot of dedication, helping save the life of animals, thinking of ways to save the environment with our carbon offset program, and different ways of helping life on this planet, for example, not eating meat. And then, you know, people started to write me, oh, things are happening, you know, this karma is working, you know. And I think, I don't know about you guys, but in America, we are very, what do you call that? We don't believe those things, you know. We are very skeptical. We're like, come on, don't be superstitious, you know. Yeah, we studied the Medicine Buddha. Yeah, we meditated on saving life. And yeah, we made plans to stop pollution and save the forest. But come on, you know, it's not really gonna change things like that. But suddenly, I don't know about you, but I started noticing things happening. the vaccination came out. The vaccination was finished. I don't know. They used to take 10 years, 20 years to develop a vaccination. And this one was developed in less than a year. And then they started giving it. And I actually didn't call anybody. I didn't plan to get a vaccination. Just some friends called me, oh, go there. They're going to give you a vaccination, you know. So I went there and I got my vaccination. Veronica got her vaccination. Jigme got her vaccination. First and second one. And now suddenly, you know, yesterday we went to a restaurant for the first time. And we had such a good time. Not wearing masks, you know, it was so pleasant. And then suddenly things started happening. You know, McDonald's announced, I was looking for a recipe to cook something at home because Veronica's a very good cook and Geshe Michael's okay cook, but not like Veronica. And I thought, oh, I want to learn some new recipes. And I was looking for vegetarian food and I found an advertisement from McDonald's. And they are making vegetarian meat, okay, plant-based meat, you know, and it's a big thing now in Asia. In Singapore, for example, you can get your chicken McNuggets are made from plants. And this guy was so cute. He said, "Okay, I'm going to cook some. I bought some uncooked. We're going to cook them together." And I was watching the cook's video, and he cooked this non-meat chicken. And then he showed how to cook it, and then he dried it, and then he tried one, and he was like, oh my God, that tastes so good, you know. And I was like, yay, you know, and McDonald's announced they're going to serve it in McDonald's, and I was so happy. Then Bill Gates, one of the wealthiest guys in the world, he finished a book, and his suggestion in the book is that all wealthy countries, OECD, should become plant-based meat, all of them, and it would save the environment, you know. And he had a very great chapter about that. And then I got an email from Starbucks. They say, come in on Monday. It's a meatless Monday, you know. Starbucks is not serving meat on Mondays. And you can have lots of tasty things, vegetarian things. And I thought, oh my God, when McDonald's and Starbucks change to vegetarian, it means my karma is working. It means this Lam Rim Bodhicitta meditation is definitely working, okay? So I don't think it's superstitious. I think it's real. And I want you to encourage you to think that we created that, okay? Those Lam Rim guys and those medicine Buddha guys, we changed McDonald's. We made the meat industry vegetarian. We made vegetarian meat, you know. That's so cool. And I want to encourage you to believe in it, okay? Like, don't be so skeptical. And don't be mean, you know. Don't say, that's superstition. It's not superstition, okay? I believe us Lam Rim guys and us medicine Buddha guys, we changed Starbucks, and we changed McDonald's, and we changed Bill Gates with our Lam Rim. So congratulations. When you get to Tantra, when you get to the Diamond Way, it's a bad deed not to believe that you can change something. It's a bad deed to think you didn't change McDonald's. So let's celebrate, okay? We changed McDonald's. Congratulations. You know, McDonald's started in Phoenix, Arizona. The first McDonald's was next to the library. My mom used to take us there, and she would buy us French fries. And, that was about 50, 60 years ago. And unbelievable, you know. I never thought that I would see a McDonald's hamburger that's not a hamburger. Okay, congratulations, you guys. All right. Second advantage, and here we are reviewing the last Lam Rim. So my idea for this first class together is we're just going to review the 10 benefits of bodhicitta. First benefit is, you get this incredible karma that can change anything, okay? We can say in Tibetan, It's called Take Chenki Juko Semke. It's the only way to get into the Mahayana. So forget Mahayana as a philosophy from ancient India. Don't think like that. Mahayana means jumping from planet to planet. And you got there, okay? You are there, okay? All right, second one. Let's look at the Tibetan, Tim. You ready? Yeah, Gyalwe Se Shejawi Ming Topa, okay? Gyalwe Se means daughter or son of the Buddhas. Ming Topa means you get that name. You get the name. And it's such a sexy name. I think there was a rock and roll song when I was younger called Bodhisattva. And I didn't know what's a Bodhisattva at that time, but it sounded so nice to me. The word sounded so nice to me. And the song got very popular. And you will get the name Bodhisattva. It's like, Tim, you're getting a degree in the college, they are giving you a degree. It's like, okay, that's a Buddha on the left, and you and me are on the right, and Buddha's like, okay, this is your degree. Now you have a new name like Dr. Tim, or I don't know, Pao Pachi PhD. And, but now they're going to call you Bodhisattva Tim, or Bodhisattva Pachi. Bodhisattva Gyalse, okay? And you get a new name, and you get a new degree, and it's really, really beautiful. It's so beautiful to know that you're a Bodhisattva. And when you hear people say Bodhisattva, I think Bodhisattvas usually don't tell people they're Bodhisattvas, but when you hear people say Bodhisattva, you're like, yeah, that's me. They're talking about me, And you feel happy. You just feel really happy. Oh, yeah, I got that name. I have that degree, Bodhisattva degree, okay? That's the second benefit, okay? Third benefit, Nyenrang Rikigone Silkin number, okay? Nyenrang Rikigone Silkin number. And this is a very, very famous and much described in the commentaries, okay? Nyenrang means listener, and Nyen means listener, and Rang means Rang Sangye, means self-made Buddha. But the point is that these are very, very deep spiritual practitioners who don't have that vision. They don't have that vision of going from planet to planet. But they are very beautiful people. Their meditation is really great. Their morality is perfect. Their concentration is perfect. Everything about them is really amazing. And I like this picture of, I have this idea of an ocean. I saw this picture and it reminded me of this idea that the birds in the picture are like arhats, okay? They reach nirvana. These birds are, to me, I like to think they are listeners and self-made Buddhas. And it's beautiful to watch them, especially at sunset over the ocean. But the sun, okay? But the sun, okay? You can see the reflection of the sun. You cannot see the sun. But compared to the sun, the beauty of the birds it's beautiful, but it's nothing compared to the sun. The whole sun lighting up the whole world compared to those birds. The birds are beautiful. They are arhats. They reach nirvana. They are listeners. They are self-made Buddhas. They are people who didn't have that vision, bodhisattva vision. And then the sun is that higher vision. And you become like the sun. When you're a bodhisattva and you have that higher vision, you become like the sun. It doesn't mean the birds aren't beautiful. They are beautiful. In fact, the sun makes them more beautiful. But imagine if you could be the birds and the sun, okay? Something like that. All right, fourth benefit is called Chepe Shing Choktuk Yorwa, okay? Chepe Shing Choktuk Yorwa. Chepa means to make offerings. Shing means garden, in this case, garden. And Choktuk Yorwa means you become the highest one. You become the highest garden where people can plant their good karma of offering. And I imagine, wouldn't it be cool if you're really a bodhisattva and you walk into the coffee shop and you order a coffee, okay? Like you just walk into the we have a coffee shop next to college. I'm thinking that like this lady just became Bodhisattva. She had that vision. Nobody knows she's a Bodhisattva, but she did reach that vision in her meditation directly. She saw the real thing. And now this guy is offering her a coffee. And listen, that guy offering her the coffee, he suddenly makes this intense good karma. He suddenly gets this incredible good karma because he's serving you a coffee and you're a Bodhisattva, okay? So everyone who is sweet to a Bodhisattva is collecting extraordinary karma. And wouldn't it be nice to be the Bodhisattva, okay? Every time someone comes close to you and smiles at you or helps you in any way, and they don't even know, their karma is like 1,000,000 times more. They don't even know about it, okay? But you are making other people happy just by drinking their coffee at their coffee shop. That's so cool. All right, fifth benefit. Tsokgya chambo delak te zopa. Tsokgya chambo delak te zopa, okay? Tsok here means, some of you heard the word tsok for a Dharma party, and it means lots of good things to eat and lots of good things to drink. That's called a tsok. Lots of cool offerings. Gyatchambo means very big, and delak te zopa means you can make good karma very, very quickly. And I was trying to think of a photograph for this, and Gyaltse, do you remember when we first started Diamond Mountain University, the retreat center, then we were thinking to build roads so we could connect retreat cabins. And so, I don't know, 100 people went out in the desert and we picked up rocks. It was so funny. 100 people walked about 50 steps in 2 hours, and we just pick up rocks and we throw them on the side, and we are making a road, and it was so funny. And we worked so hard. Oh my God. You guys go to Diamond Mountain Retreat Center now. You're so lucky. People work so hard. And I remember we said, let's build a road. And we used to do that in Boy Scouts. We said, let's build a road. We would work for like 5 days and build a road for like 100 yards. And so then we all throwing rocks, Then later we got more money, we got more support, and here's the picture. Yeah, this is these machines came to Diamond Mountain. This is Diamond Mountain. These are the machines that were paid for by our sponsors, and it's difficult. I took this picture, but the wheel of the machine is bigger than me. It's taller than me, and you can make a road, I don't know, in a few hours. You can push those big rocks to the side. And bodhicitta, this bodhisattva's heart, the bodhisattva's mind is like those big machines, okay? You want to make good karma? Then stop. It's good karma to pick up rocks at Diamond Mountain. But it's going to take you 100 years to build a road, Go get one of those stupid machines. Bigger, the tire's bigger than me, taller than me, and just use it for a couple hours and finish the roads. The karma of being a bodhisattva is like that, okay? Very, very powerful, very efficient. Okay, benefit number 6. Dig dip near the Jama, okay? Dig dip near the Jama, okay? And that means, dig dip means obstacles. So we all did bad things in our life. We still remember. We're still doing them. We can't stop ourselves. Sometimes we do bad things. We hurt people. We do things we're not supposed to do. And then immediately it creates an obstacle in our life. And we've been doing that for our whole life, many years, and collecting obstacles one by one. We can remove them just by having that bodhisattva's vision, okay? So let's call bodhicitta the vision of a bodhisattva, just by imagining going from planet to planet helping people, just thinking about it, can remove all these obstacles you have in your business life, in your health, in your relationships, in your state of mind. Just imagining once in a while this goal of dancing from planet to planet is enough to remove all those obstacles. You can take medicines, you can go to doctors, you can go to marriage counselors, you can talk to business consultants for many years, and you won't remove the obstacles like you can with a few short bodhicitta meditations, okay? It's just very cool. It's very efficient. Save a lot of money also, okay? All right, benefit number 7. Chi Sampa Drupa. Chi Sampa Drupa means, Chi Sampa means whatever you want. Anything you can think of. Chi Sampa is a nice word. It means anything you can think of. Drupa, you can get it, okay? Anything you can think of. And I love this organic way to get things in your life, I don't worry about money, and it was never my goal in my life to be wealthy. If I tried, I could be, but it's not my priority. It's not something I want. But I would like to have a lot of money. It would be fun. I could do so many good things. Mr. Bin in Vietnam, he just built 400 houses for poor people. I think that's so cool. I would like to have money like that. And I would like to have a perfect relationship at home with my wife. I'd like that to be, and I'd like to be healthy. I don't want to be sick, Those things I want. Those are things I want. And the amazing thing is, just this Bodhisattva vision, just thinking about it once in a while, things start to happen in your life. The karma is so intense that cool stuff starts to happen in your life, and you start to build this perfect world without thinking about it. You're not like, oh, I want to get rich, or you're not like, oh, I want to be super healthy, but suddenly all these things are happening to you. If you keep coming back to this vision, you got a picture for me, Pachi, sitting in the sun. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking this is a picture like Shenzhen, and in a way, this is a beautiful combination. I love this city in China because they mix these beautiful buildings with nature. And as you walk through the city, there's a beautiful balance. People need homes to stay in. People need offices. So there are these beautiful buildings, and there's a sensitivity to the environment. And there's a nice mixture of in that particular city of nature. And without thinking, without planning, if you just come back to this vision a few times a day, the karma is so intense that you will start to have beauty and physical wealth around you that you didn't dream of, and beautiful relationships and things you didn't dream of, okay? All right, number 8, benefit number 8. Nepadam parcheki mitsupa. Nepadam parcheki mitsupa. Nepa means things that would cause you trouble. Parche means interruption. And, my teacher used to get really irritated if he was meditating and someone would knock on the door or something. That's called parche. Parche means your meditation's going really good, and then somebody knocks on the door. That's called parche. So if you have this vision of Bodhisattva's vision, then those parches, okay, you'll be protected. I like the picture, Pachi, you ready? Of a tank, okay? And I know it's a military thing. I know it's not a nice thing. It's true, it's a very bad thing. But, when tanks still in this world, country's power is calculated by the number of tanks, okay? Still, they say, this country has 4,000, this country has 3,000, this country has 100,000 tanks. And if you can imagine a war, and if you imagine bullets flying here and there, and people getting killed. Every few yards, every few meters, somebody's dying, Then there's this guy relaxing in the tank, Probably he's having a cappuccino, I guess. And there's bullets and bombs and, people dying, and he's just relaxing in the tank, because nothing can get through the tank, And I know in the movies they like to show Brad Pitt goes out and hits the tank with his hand and it breaks down. It's not like that in a real war, The tank comes through and kills everybody, and the guys in the tank are just relaxing, and you can't touch them. So bodhicitta is like sitting in a tank, okay? And the whole world can be crazy and insane. People can be doing terrible things to each other. And you're just in this bubble of bodhicitta protection, Just things don't happen to you like they happen to other people. Disasters, problems, all kinds of disturbances in their life happen to, and even you feel guilty. Oh, I'm in the bodhicitta bubble, and other people are not. And oh, look, they're having so much trouble. Yesterday, a friend of mine, her brother committed suicide, and I have to see this. I have to meet her. I have to talk to her, And I feel like, oh, just get in the bubble, Just get in the tank, Just think about bodhicitta once in a while, and you will have this. You can be protected, okay? That's the 8th benefit. Okay, 9th benefit. Salam tamje nyurdu zopa, okay? Salam. Sa means bodhisattva levels, and lam means path. Tamje nyurdu zopa means quickly. You will go through all those paths. So the spiritual progress is judged by 5 paths and 10 bodhisattva levels. It's very hard to get to the first one, okay? It's very hard to get to the first bodhisattva level. When you get to the first bodhisattva level, you already saw emptiness directly. That's number 1. Imagine what is number 10, okay? But if you have bodhicitta, it's like you're climbing a mountain and you're just at the top, right away you're at the top, no trouble, no work, you don't feel tired. Just suddenly, that bodhicitta can take you to the top, okay? Without much trouble, without much sweat, without much hard work. If you just practice that vision we talked about at the beginning, then it's automatic, You go to the top of the 10 bodhisattva levels. Okay, last benefit. Droe deki malupa jungwe shingsa gyurwa. Droe deki malupa jungwe shingsa gyurwa. Okay, Droe deki. I have a friend here in Sedona. Her name is, they call her Dicky, but her real name is Deki. Okay, Deki. Here it is. Deki means super happy. Okay, super happy. And I'll show a picture. This is a valley. And, this whole valley, I imagine there was a river going through there. And the whole valley is covered with nice, beautiful soil. Fertile soil, You put seeds there, it grows. There's places like that, right? Not Arizona, okay? But there are places where the soil is so good that just everything will grow there, automatically, without any work at all. Things will grow there, Oftentimes it's river soil. The 10th benefit of the vision of the Bodhisattva is that you become like a valley of fertile soil for other people, okay? You become like, people can plant their crops in you. What crops? Their happiness, okay? You are like the good soil, and just by being around other people, their good karma increases, and they can plant their happiness in you, with you. You're available, you're nearby, and you give them a chance. somebody says good morning to a Bodhisattva, they're like already going to be in nirvana within, 10 years or something. It's crazy, okay? So it's nice to be the soil that other people can use to grow the crops that they need to live and to be happy. It's nice to be the person in the room that is a very fertile soil for the happiness of other people. And needless to say, when you become a Buddha, after you go through bodhicitta, with bodhicitta motivation, you become a Buddha, then obviously it's just cool to be the person who makes billions of other people happy, okay? In the end, we are not selfish. Human beings are not selfish. We want to make other people happy. It makes us happy when we make other people happy. And we know that. We feel that. And a bodhisattva is going to be the one who makes everybody else happy. And just imagine, you're able to throw a party for the whole billions of people because you have this bodhicitta, okay? So that's a review of the last Lamrim course that we had. That was just a short review of what we went through in the last Lamrim course. Now we're going to start the actual instructions for how to get to this vision. There's actually 7 steps, easy steps we can take, and that's going to be the new Lamrim course that we're starting on now. Let's learn the 7 steps we can all do to get to this vision. Okay? So I'll see you in the next episode. Yay!